Hi and welcome to the Ruby Tuesday. My name is Ruben.
And I'm Kay.
Today we are reviewing a original BBC series that has been bought by Netflix that is original around the world, everywhere but the UK and probably other couple of places. But if you're seeing this, it's because Netflix now have the rights. And that's a very long intro for Win the Wilderness?
Win the Wilderness. Yes.
Okay, tell them what it's about, babe. Tell them what they've won.
Tell you. And what you won is there's this couple who live in Alaska and have spent 35 years building their own home in the wilderness. And it is amazing. Like, if you think there was just a man and his wife and they chopped down the trees themselves and built this beautiful house in the middle of nowhere, literally. You have to get there. Either it's a 15-day hike or you can fly in because he built his own airfield. So they are now elderly and they're looking for a couple to take on their legacy because their children are not able to take it on. So they want to leave their home to some deserving people. And so they have this competition called Win the Wilderness, where couples from the UK compete against each other to win this home.
Yeah.
And the legacy that this couple has left behind. So it was totally my thing. Like, totally my thing.
Did you say where it's located?
Alaska.
Yeah.
So Alaska is like one of the great wildernesses that is left on the earth. I know there's plenty around the earth. There are still wildernesses out there, but
When you say Alaska, I think just ice. But
no. So they're there in the summertime, and the whole way through the series, I was like, just imagine what it's like in the winter. So in the summertime, Alaska is actually really stunning, really green, full of life, full of lots and lots of insects. And as a friend of mine once told me, the mosquitoes are the size of melons. Huge mosquitoes, and just, it's very vigorous, I guess, because they have such extreme winters. The plants, the animals, everything knows as soon as it gets warm, it's like, grow, reproduce. And then winter comes. So basically it's like a competition. So they get dumped in the wilderness. They have to build their own places to sleep. They're sort of like tent things. And then they do all of these challenges. And week after week it gets whittled down until eventually you get to the last two couples and you find out who is going to inherit Osu Mountain.
Yeah. What I liked about this is that we only got to see it week by week, and so it did keep a heightened attention for us. We were always trying to guess which couple were going to go home and which couple we wanted to stay. You can't help but kind of root for certain people that you think would be perfect to carry on the legacy of this old couple that have been there for 35 years, that have built something like from scratch using the stuff that's there. This incredible like mansion lodge almost. It's massive. It's not a mansion.
It's not a mansion.
But you can imagine it's much bigger than a lodge.
Yeah.
And the location is perfect. It's like the perfect holiday home, except you have to do the upkeep. So the people that are going to now take it over really have to know what they're doing. They have to be able to fend for themselves. Like bear attacks are real there. The wilderness, Alaska doesn't get much more wilderness.
Yeah.
And
the wildlife wants to eat you.
Yeah. And the elements will get you as well. So if you don't know what you're doing, you will die, which is why you have this competition to see who is actually strong enough and who is going to stay the course and turn it into something that is fruitful as well.
Yeah.
So it's really emotional seeing them having to come to the realization that they have to give up their life basically, and you see like old footage as well, and I thought that made it really fun for me, because this is not normally the type of thing that I enjoy to watch. Kirsten watches loads of this type of stuff now, rebuilding homes and location homes and tiny houses, that kind of thing. But for me, I thought it was all about the people wanting to have something new and different, and the adventure of it and the possibility of that, which really kind of gripped me. I don't normally like this kind of live storytelling. I like escapism and adventure, the fakeness of it, but this was good because it had that adventure, it had you rooting for other people, it's well put together, and the scenery you know,
I
you
mean,
can't
yeah.
help but be enthralled because it's Alaska, and you get to see what Alaska's all about, really, in the wilderness, the proper wilderness.
Yeah.
Which made it a lot of fun. So by the time you get to that last episode, you're all in.
Yeah.
And because it's on Netflix, you can totally binge it. We had to wait week by week
Yeah.
for it.
It's like my Friday night. Yay! Win the Wilderness! Yay! Let's have pudding and watch Win the Wilderness.
What's Kay's final thoughts?
Kay's final thoughts. Oh, the world is so big. I mean, at the moment, we can't go anywhere and explore it. But but when this pandemic is over, and it will be someday, folks, let's get out there and just explore. You know, the world is so big, and I think sometimes we forget that the way that we live is not the way that everybody else lives around the world. Like, you know, this world it's amazing, and there's so many cultures and so many things to experience. So if you can, like, don't wait. Go and have an adventure.
Okay, there's Kay's final thoughts. I hope you found that informative. Thanks so much for watching this review, but most of all, until next time, remember,
Live long and Tuesday.